Has Milei's government been infiltrated by the religious right? When it comes to religion, most Argentines would identify as Catholic, but that isn't the whole story. The government department in charge of religious affairs is the perhaps aptly named Secretariat of Cult. While by far the majority religion in Argentina, as in most of Latin America, is Roman Catholicism, Argentina is notably tolerant when it comes to religious freedoms. One of the largest Jewish communities in the world resides comfortably in Buenos Aires and has been here for generations. A large part of the Armenian diaspora practices Orthodox Christianity here, and Islam finds its place here too, centered around an enormous, modern and very beautiful mosque in the Palermo neighborhood. A notable Argentine president back in the 1990s was Carlos Menem, who came from a Syrian background and was brought up Muslim, but converted to Catholicism when setting out on a political career. The fact that Menem felt it necessary to make that conversion might say something about the limits of religious tolerance in Argentina. On the other hand, the current president, Javier Milei, is famously in the middle of an ongoing conversion from Catholicism to Judaism. One of his first foreign trips as president was a visit to Jerusalem, followed quickly by an audience with the Argentine Pope Francis in Rome. The fact that Milei feels that such a move will not damage his political career suggests a growing tolerance of difference, particularly among young Argentines who make up a large part of Milei's voting base. This openness and tolerance is very reflective of the Argentine culture of acceptance and desire for everyone to get along. It makes a refreshing change from what one so often sees from European and North American news, where politicians seem to constantly stoke the fires of hatred for their own ends. On the surface, Argentina is much more secular than most of its Latin American neighbours, but that's not the whole story. Recognition of gay marriage in 2010 and legalization of abortion in 2020 caused a strong backlash from the hardcore Catholic far right, particularly amongst the young. Many of the pro-life youth groups who campaigned against abortion rights, after being defeated, coalesced into the current political movement known as Frente Joven, in English, Youth Front. Frente Joven has been accused of having affiliations with the shady Catholic organisation Opus Dei, but Frente Joven leaders laughed off these suggestions, saying that they wouldn't want any association with such a liberal group. A recent corruption scandal within the Ministry of Human Capital, which led to the very public firing of a secretary, shone a light on just how far Frente Joven has become integrated or infiltrated into areas of the current government and Milei's La Libertad Avanza political party. The current head of the Secretariat of Cult, the government department in charge of religious affairs, is a man named Francisco Sanchez. While not actually a member of Frente Joven, he has connections and was assisted in gaining his role by Foreign Minister Diana Mondino. And there are others from the movement in minor positions all over government departments. Milei's tiny La Libertad Avanza party has had to do a lot of horse trading to attain and hold on to power. The carrot Milei continues to dangle before the faces of Frente Joven is the possibility of a fresh vote to overturn the 2020 abortion rights bill. Eventually he will be expected to deliver on this. Abortion on demand up to 14 weeks was legalized in Argentina in December 2020. It was the culmination of a long and bitter campaign and, as in many countries around the world, it remains a divisive issue. In predominantly Catholic Latin America, Argentina is the most prominent nation to allow abortion on demand, others being Cuba, Uruguay and Guyana. Another 6 countries, including Brazil, allow abortions only under specific circumstances, such as risks to the mother's health. Elsewhere, the procedure is illegal. The right to abortion is usually associated with women's rights more generally. Globally, there seems to be something of a pushback against the rights of women, and President Milei has been very vocal in his disdain for feminism, also closing down ministries and government departments which promote gender equality. Milei has stated that he's against abortion on principle and has suggested that he might offer a referendum on the issue. However, he says that this isn't high on his list of priorities. Frente Joven will have to be patient for a while. Thanks for watching. I hope you found the video interesting. If you did, please give it a like. And if you want to see more content like this, there's a couple of videos on the screen now. If you're not already subscribed, you might want to do that too. If you want to support the channel, you can buy me a coffee in the link below. And until next time, que tengas un buen día.